This fellow's lost his voice here, and microphone's not going to do us a whole lot of good.
I guess we're applying at 4,800 gallons per acre.
Yep, 4,800 gallons per acre is the rate, and the reason for that is there are some W soils in this field, and that product ends up being really high in nitrogen. It's like about 50 pounds of nitrogen per 1,000 gallons instead of 20 that we're used to for liquid manure. So that's why the rate has to be kept low. Like I mentioned, because it's considered not to be liquid manure, it's got a whole different set of rules, whole different division of DNR that sets the rules and that. So that toolbar comes either three-point or a pull type. He said for wet conditions that 3-point is really nice because you can, gives you more traction. So the downfall in that part is that when you're turning, you're going to have to lift it up. So that unit right there has got blades that'll handle up to 15,000 gallons of liquid manure per acre and get it injected without running off. So that rig can be set up with a different disc that you could inject up to 20,000, over 20. So again, that's a Bazooka. If I understand it right, Bob's plan is to let that soak in for a couple of days. Then he's going to come in and no-till his cover crop right into that. So he mentioned this system that we've talked about that's really getting to be popular is get your cover crop planted first, whether it's after corn silage, after wheat. In this case, it didn't work out because we wanted the timing for the field day. But yeah, get that cover crop planted first. That cover crop can be like, excuse me, that tall or that tall or that tall, and you can get in there with that rig in low disturbance and inject. You look at the field the day that you applied that manure and you think, oh boy, I made a mess of it. But a couple days later, it's back and growing and doing its job. The other thing that's nice about that, if you're always trying to, I think Nick Dahlman mentioned it, and who else? A couple of guys mentioned it today, is you are always thinking about, oh, I want to get this field manured so I can get my cover crop planted. That's backwards. Let's do it the other way around. Get the cover crop planted. That gives you a big, long window to get that liquid manure on. You can coordinate with your hauler. They're maybe going to come and do some injection on some other fields, and at the same time, they can get that cover crop done. So it's better for you. It's better for soil health. It's better for your haulers. It just works better. Let's get the cover crop planted right away and get the manure on whenever it works, that fall or even that next spring. Jake, you got anything to add?
No, hold on. Like you said, get the cover crop on. We start doing that more and more, and that gives us more time because when everybody's calling at once and yelling at me because I'm not there because they got to put cover crop in, I mean, there's more than enough gallons just in this county alone that you can't handle it. So this buys us time. We appreciate it. And then with these mineral flow toolbars now, we do the Zimmerman airways. There's so many more equipment options that work really well for doing this stuff. That they've been doing in Iowa for years now. It's finally coming our way. We like doing this a lot better because when we're out there picking up holes and everything else, we're not standing in 4 inches of slop. It's just everything's cleaner. We're not dragging mud on the roads. I mean, I hope this is the way this industry keeps going. Just looks better out here too, in my opinion. Put 20,000 out with a disc, I mean, it's a mess. So hopefully it keeps going that way. Granted, you get those years like 2019 where it just doesn't happen, but we all know how that goes. It's going to happen again at some point. But.
Any questions here for Bill?
What is the injection depth that he's running in?
7 inches.
7 inches of depth injection is what he's doing now. If you're interested in getting a closer look, feel free to walk across that waterway, take a look at what's going on there. Also feel free to come past in a week when this whole field is done and it's actually going to be no-till no cover crop. If you're in the neighborhood, swing by here, take a look and see what it all looks like.